let's play Car Mechanic Simulator. See what kind of jobs they have waiting for us. No story missions. Transmission, shocks, exhaust. That looks easy. Let's do that one. Gotta try and find a position where I can take a picture of this car and use it as my screenshot later. I mean, take a picture of the car with without one of the fenders being highlighted or something. It's more difficult than it should be. So no story mission this time, just a suspension, exhaust. Transmission, exhaust pipe, front exhaust section, catalytic converter. Okay, let's start there. Exhaust pipe, catalytic converter, and the front exhaust. What? It won't let me take it off until I take the whole intake off. Come on, man. That's not cool. You're supposed to help me out, make this easy. It's an exhaust piece, for crying out loud. I can't take it off from underneath the car. Come on, man. Let's get those axles out of there. 71%. Those look good. Let's see how quick we can get this thing out of here. These front-wheel drive cars, you gotta take the tires off, take the axles out, take that drive shaft out. Then you can take the starter out and then get to the gearbox. Oh, there's a tie rod end that's not good. I guess I could take a look. This front shock looks bad. Wait, why won't it let me take that? Oh, because of the sway bar. Well, the sway bar end link. Yeah, shock absorber looks bad. Let's do that. Let's hope the brakes are all good so we don't have to mess with those. That shock absorber looks good. All that looks good. And the starter from the engine bay, of course. So let's get that intake and starter off from under the hood. My goodness, what a bunch of garbage. It's supposed to be simple. Suspension, exhaust, blah, blah, blah. And it's got to be difficult. It's the exhaust manifold, not the intake. I think I said intake before. And then underneath, of course. Alright, let's get that gearbox out. See what needs to be replaced. See if it's the whole gearbox or if it's just the flywheel and all that garbage. Oh, hello. Come on. There it is. Gearbox I4. The gearbox. Oh. Let's buy all the stuff we can remember so far. Gearbox I4. Oh, that's an expensive part. That'll work. Oh. Yeah, I didn't have to do that. Exhaust. Exhaust pipe. Front exhaust section. Very strange that it doesn't have a parentheses engine type in there. Don't see those get used very often. Most of them are model specific. And then catalytic converter was the other part. And then tie rod end. What else? That's all I can remember. I know there's more than 4 pieces we got to replace in this thing. There's that. There's that. Can we get the exhaust pipe from up here? Yep. There's a shock absorber back there that's bad. Couple of brake parts maybe. Was the drive shaft bad? Yeah, there we go. Front drive shaft. That one's different. I think it's under Gearbox. Maybe not. Obviously there's front drive shafts here, but it's not the right one. So it's not there. Maybe there was a little letter on there and I just didn't see it. Front drive shaft. I always forget where these things are kept on in the tablet. Every single time I have to do this and relearn where it's at. It'd be idiotic if it was in exhaust, but front drive shaft. All right, there we go. In the suspension parts, of course, because that's where I would think to look for it. A drive shaft. With the suspension stuff. I think the axles were good in here. Oh no. There we go. And then I gotta go outside to do this shock absorber, see what's wrong with it exactly. Everything, so I don't even need to take it apart. Front, and shock absorber A. There we go. Wait for this little thing to do its thing. Oh, of course I clicked on the wrong side. There it is. There's the outer tie rod. Oh, there's something in there. The bearing is bad. I would not have seen that if I wasn't in the right spot at the right time. Gotta take stuff off, Tom. Come on. And of course I noticed it after I put the axle in. I wonder if the other bearing is bad. No, that one looks good. So I know where that one's at on the tablet. Suspension, and then all the way to the bottom. You'll be buying a few of those in this game. They are not able to be repaired, so if you got a bad one, you gotta buy the new one. No, that's not what I wanted. I got a used axle to put back in there. There we go. Yeah, I can put all the used brake stuff back on there. Now there's a couple suspension parts over here in the back that need to be redone. There's a shock absorber and a upper arm there. Oop, that's not yet. Hold on. Oops, didn't get it. What do I need to replace here? I need that knuckle there, so I'm gonna have to take everything apart anyway. Here's where all the pieces are that need to be replaced. The spring and the spring cap need to be redone too. So we should be able to get this job done. Wheel hub bearing, yep, that's bad again. I'll take these extensive repairs. They take a little bit of time, but they give you a lot of XP in one job rather than having to do a bunch of jobs to get the same amount of XP. Plus, we make a little bit of money. We can fix up that Corvette waiting outside in our garage. See if the bushing is bad. Yep. That upper armor's good. Check the bushings on that one. Both bushings are bad on that arm. That upper arm. Sway bar end link. Let's see what else we got. Gotta remember these parts, I know I'm gonna replace them, so I gotta check those bushings when they pop up. So yeah, all these bushings are gonna be on that repair order, the list. So that's why there were so many items. I gotta replace like every bushing in this suspension. Practically every. If you notice, there's a cross member up here. There's bushings on each corner of that one too. So if we don't find all of the pieces that need to be replaced, that's where we'll start. The rear axle knuckle housing. Let's see what we can find here. I already forgot what one it was. It was A. Just by looks, I could tell. I know I need two of those, one for the other side also. That was good. That was what I needed. I need one of those for the other side. I'm going to wait and hold off on the bushings, see how many I need. I'm going to buy one of those just in case. And I definitely needed one of those. And I definitely needed a bearing. The cap might have been bad, I'm not sure. Let's start putting this corner back together and see what we can find. Now beware if you're going to take this tactic in the future when you're doing your own car. The sway bar, if it needed to be replaced, you'd have to go take apart the other side so that you could replace the sway bar with both ends disconnected. So don't think that taking apart one side is enough to get to the sway bar. You got to take off all of the stuff on both sides. Well, not all the stuff, but you got to work your way into the sway bar end link to get to that sway bar to be able to take it off. That one was good, it looks like. I should actually check my job list and make sure. Sometimes they put those need to be replaced. Shock, sway bar, and bearing. There's a whole bunch of stuff there that I haven't found yet. Wow. Exhaust done, gearbox done. This will be the list here. That's tough. Okay. So let's put some stuff back together and then we'll figure out what we're missing. I'm just going to put all new bushings in this car because this is the one where I will never be able to remember which ones need to be replaced and which ones don't. So I'm just going to take the hit and replace them all because if it wasn't all, it was nearly all that needed to be replaced. So of course I bought the wrong shock absorber. I bought B and it should have been A. That suspension arm was good. And the bushings were bad on that one, so we'll get those done. Trouble getting to it there. Spring cap is bad. That means I thought that all three of these were bad, but I'm gonna try that spring and see if it lets me put that in there. Maybe it was just the cap that was bad. So just that wheel hub bearing, and then the hub and one more part I didn't discover. So that means the spring and that cap are okay. Rear wheel 2 of those just so I don't have to buy one on the other side. Did I buy one? Yes, I did. And the wheel hubcap was... Let me see if that needed to be replaced. No, it does not need to be replaced, because if it was on here and needed to be replaced, I found it already, so it would be listed. Since it's not listed, that means it doesn't need to be replaced. Well, we can put the disc back on here. I bet it's good. Alright, now we can go to the other side. I'm going to take a couple of these bushings out just to get an idea of whether they're good or bad. Gotta be on, take them out. There we go. So those are bad, okay. Oh, that one was good actually. Replace that one with new. And then we will try and get to that one. That was a 78er. And then we'll go over to this side. Maybe it's just the back ones that are bad. That was a bad one. There we go. Now we got a spring cap. Oh no, that one looks a little okay too. Maybe it's just other suspension parts. We'll get this all torn apart and take a look. See if the knuckle's bad. Of course the knuckle's bad. That means I gotta take everything apart. Just like the other side. Bearing is bad. Hub looks good. Let's see what the shock absorber cap is at. So we do need a new one of those at 13. Spring is good, and this... Okay, so the cap and the shock absorber cap and the spring cap, I guess, is what we need. Alright, so we know this arm is bad. Let's check the bushings. Yep, everything's bad there. We need that whole replacement. Sway bar end link. And then we need this suspension arm. That bushing looks good. Yep. I had a panic moment the other couple of I don't remember what it was. I had a little panic moment. I was remembering that I was playing games one day, recording, and the ice cream truck went by, and I was like, I know for a fact I never edited that out. So I put that on my YouTube channel About Me page, saying that one of my videos somewhere has an ice cream truck music in the background. You have to find that video and let me know which one it is. I won't change it. I don't care. I forgot to edit it. I'll just leave it. Alright, now I'm going to buy these parts one at a time because I don't remember what parts I bought when I was over on the other side versus what I didn't buy, so... Sway bar, rear end link. There it is. Oh, you know what? That probably didn't need to be replaced. I saw an 80 something in there. It was yellow. 72. Let's try that one real quick, see if it... spring caps. Shock absorber cap. So yeah, we can use that old spring. Shock absorber cap needs to be new. This one needs to be new. No, that's not right. Rear suspension, upper arm. Now I'll check the car list because I'm pretty sure that's not there. Rear suspension arm, yeah, that's it. So, gotta be careful. That was close. I almost put an 84%er in there when it needs a 100. Couple more things on this side. Rear suspension arm. I don't know if this part is actually on the list. Wheel hub bearing is it. So I can put the used one on here. I bought one, but it says we can put the used one on, so let's do that. Actually, we only have one part left, and that's that wheel bearing. So I can use my used bushings now. That one probably needs to be... Oh no, that's not on the list either. So I can put that as an old one. Just that wheel hub bearing, that's it. Okay, so let me put a used one in here. I'll make it a nice used one. Wheel hub is used. Okay. Hopefully I got a new one. Nope. One more trip to the store. Hub bearing. Here's your hubcap. Shoot. The thing that covers your wheel is not called a hubcap, it's called a wheel cover. This is an actual hubcap. Like I say at the beginning of most of my videos, I'm not a mechanic, but I do know that part, or that much. I think we still do need to go up to the engine compartment, put that starter back in and the exhaust manifold. But all of the required parts that need to be replaced are done on this car. And considering there's a transmission in there that got done, this should probably be a pretty good moneymaker for us. That's it down below, I think. I think we're done. All green arrows or green check marks, green check marks. Looks good. Let's see if it works. See if this is the finish. Spent a little less than 3,000 to make almost 7,000. Hey, we'll take it. And we got a barn location on our map now. We're back up to 37,000. Maybe one of these next couple videos will show you how to fix an old Corvette. We got one in our garage that we bought at a barn in one of our last videos. We need to get that thing fixed up so we can make a big profit. Show you how that's done. Till next time.